All right, we are live, or at least we should be in a couple
hey,
seconds.
everyone! It's been a few weeks.
Hopefully we are live. We will see.
Well, I mean, that's just fine. That was fun. Anyway, so it's been a few weeks since we've done something like this. How dare you? Anyway,
Only one of those weeks was my fault.
Yeah, the other one was the DM's fault because he quote unquote wasn't ready.
How dare? It couldn't be me.
well, I mean, I have
Well, of
this
course
game.
it couldn't be you. You're not a DM right now.
I've got a.
You right.
I've got this game.
Hey,
that
Pokemon with the 1 year sub.
Woo! But I was saying I've got this game called like what is it called again? It's been so long.
Spoil in a while.
What? No. He'd been running that one.
Oh yeah, it's called Baldur's Gate Descended to Avernus. And it's been well, the DM hasn't been ready for it for quite a while. So
Oh my gosh.
Hey, War Boss,
that's
how much do you value your life?
More like, how much do you value this session?
well, that's funny. Not much. I probably if I were in a situation where my life was in danger, my answer would be different because I'm a chicken shit. But right now, I mean, aside from knowing I would leave people behind, that would make their life less fun for me not being around. I guess. Yeah, if it wasn't for the other people, I wouldn't say my life is very pricey right now.
The moose is already on its way to your location. It cannot be stopped.
The attack moose.
Joke's on you, I'm a Canadian. I know how to deal with moose.
Yeah, you fucking hide where it can't go.
Exactly.
No, you
You do not get in the way of a moose. The moose will run you over.
No, you send the number one
like,
predator for moose.
Here's the deal. I live at the basement level, and the moose's antlers are too wide to get down the stairs.
You just not. I mean, yeah, that could work. I would send the natural main predator of the moose, send the killer were up, but that's not gonna backfire, right?
There's a.
You know what I say to that, War Boss? You know what I say to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an animated season about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking through the walls.
It's so fucking. It's insane. Is the right word for this fucking anime.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch anime, Min, but you need to watch that thing. It's
I'm
absurdist
genuinely
to a wonderful
tempted.
degree.
It's got deer in it.
Yeah, it's got a deer in it. It's got multiple deer in it. There are deer everywhere in the background of every shot.
Yes.
Grossly 3D modeled deer in the 2D anime. Just kind of there. It's very funny. In any case, who hasn't read a
I think Tony's the only one at this point.
Tony?
I don't know what you're talking about. No,
Yeah, what are you
Tony,
talking about?
do you think
Obviously,
you could read the recap?
no, no.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly the. Yeah, that's the proof that this is possibly like peak of humor. You dear,
You dear.
the Dark Souls fucking death animation.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's actually canon in this show too.
Yes.
last time the party met Lindis in his office, where Herrick opens up a bit more about his connections to the Queendom and further emphasizes his intent to oppose them. With the quest completed and the party still fresh targets for the Queendom, Lindis offers the party a place to stay in Jade, a storefront property within the Bronze District, Jade's beating heart of commerce. After exploring the party's newly acquired base of operations within the city, everyone is allowed much needed downtime to relax and prepare for the future. During their spare time, Herrick takes the time to begin construction on a stable near the store, equips Tish with much needed barding, and finds a nearby gunsmith to resupply. Hecate performs at taverns all across Jade to make coin and connections. Guild trains the 3 captured guard drakes to help pull a cart during travel. And Gil, Sayara, and Herrick embark on smaller quests for the Adventurers Guild to earn money for themselves, keep their combat skills up, and start earning more of a reputation within the city. 2 months pass without major incident before a messenger crow arrives at Gil's window, summoning them and the rest of the party back to the Adventurers Guilds for their next mission assignment.
Mm-hmm.
I can't breathe.
What do you mean you can't breathe? You did very well. All right. So, I'm going to lower the volume here a little bit. Okay. So, we've already done the scene where Gil gets woken up by a crow that summons him in the early evening, early afternoon, like around 1 p.m. to the Adventurers Guild for a briefing. And I've got a question for you guys. Specifically, it's just kind of like kind of a question about the mechanics of this. I went into more detail as to what the player bastion that you're being offered is. So it's a fairly tall 3-story building, the first floor being a storefront with a convex full plane glass display with a few tables and sitting areas on the outside. And specifically the part I want to go over, because I don't necessarily want to go over the entire thing, is that the third floor consists of a master bedroom in addition to sleeping quarters split between 4 other rooms, each that can host 4 people, with basically each having 2 bunk beds. So, considering where you're in like a new place, and you've been living here for a while, what are the sleeping arrangements? Did like each of you pick one of the 4 rooms? Who's in the master bedrooms? Do you all sleep in the same barrack style? All 4 in the one room with the
Well,
bunk beds?
What's
what's your
your
sleeping arrangement?
As I recall, Sayora has a nest
She
Yes,
does,
have
in
a
fact,
nest
have
bed.
a nest.
that has been
Like,
established.
the nest is just in a little like a box cradle of some kind.
So
And
like
it's just
you're in
in
one
the
of
main
the
room.
you're in one of the rooms for like the 4 the rooms that can hold 4 people, which
No,
is basically
I'm in
if
the
you
main
have
room.
live-in. What? Oh,
She's
you're
in
in
the
the
main
master bedroom
She's like a
in
fucking
a corner.
cat.
No,
with...
the main room.
She's like a fucking cat in a box in like the main workshop.
Oh, like literally in the workshop, there's a nest somewhere. Okay, that's cool.
Did I stutter?
Okay, so like you sleep on the 2nd floor, just kind of everyone's sleeping on the 3rd floor, but you're on the 2nd floor, just kind of doing your thing.
Yeah, she's the
And
guard.
like a cardboard box with a nest in it. It's lovely. And this might be a bit of a retcon as for like the sleeping arrangement, because I've been thinking that if you're gonna have a bastion, you're gonna need people to work at the bastion, and if you do, there's some of them might need to be live-in. So originally there were 4 rooms on the top floor. Now there are 5. One of them is an actual bedroom, and the other ones are places where the people you're gonna hire are gonna be able to sleep. Until your bastion becomes so large that you need more than 16 people operating it, at which point you'll be able to set up additional living arrangement by building additional places. But yeah, so Herrick, I'm gonna say, Gil, are you like in the master bedroom? Would that make sense, or
Yeah.
would Gil give the master bedroom to someone else?
I don't think Gil specifically cares about getting the master bedroom, but if nobody's taking it, he'll take it. But at the same time, it's like, I get the feeling somebody else would probably want it looking at Hecate.
Hecate, you're a bard with good persuasion. Would you persuade everyone that you are the right person for the master bedroom?
You know what? I'm just gonna roll and just let the storytelling do itself.
Sure.
Honestly,
Okay.
personally, I don't think
All right. So
he would care either way, but I'm just gonna.
it won't be very. This is an
that sounds about
inconsequential
right.
roll.
That sounds about right.
And Gil, roll me a tool with your jewelry's tools.
Oh yeah, we
Roll
still
me a
we
tool.
gotta do that.
Roll me a tool. Roll me a jewelry tools check.
Hang on. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna drop myself here real quick. Oh. There we go. Alright, tools. Hello? Do I not have my... Alright, hang on. I'm just gonna roll acrobatics because it's basically the same. I don't know why I don't have my jeweler's tools on this list, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Okay? Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
26. Okay.
So,
I hope you didn't need that natural 20 somewhere else down the line.
Yeah.
I totally don't have a scene planned where rolling well would be good. All right. Okay. 26. So, forgetting about the crit, that's just a 26 without critting. Then 15, 20, 25. So you make 90 gold out of this. You sell it for 90 gold.
oh, I don't sell it.
Okay, you make a
It is
let's-
worth
let-
105
let's-
gold then?
I'm gonna say
Or is it
for the
just
sake
worth
of
90?
making it flush,
Just
just
100.
it's worth 100. It's a tiger eye pendant worth 100 gold pieces.
Cool.
What I basically
I was
what I was
hoping-
going to
I was
was
hoping I'd at least
starting
roll
with a
little well.
DC.
But we'll...
Basically, starting with a DC of 10, I was like, okay, so DC of 10 is you.
You don't need to
fuck
describe
it,
it,
up and you
we're
don't
boss
break
out.
it.
We're just gonna roll with it. It's fine.
Okay.
We can just
I
roll
was
with it.
going
I
to-
believe you. I trust you.
No, it's fine. I was just thinking that we could explain it so that we're gonna keep doing that in the future.
Yep.
We're gonna keep the same system. But it's fine. At this point, um,
So yeah, that's for those at home. That was basically Gil was working on that tiger eye throughout downtime. We just forgot to roll for that last
Yep.
session. So
and with a 19, Hecate is currently living in a master bedroom.
Yep.
Which, to be honest, the master bedroom is the smaller of the 4 rooms, of the 5 rooms,
it just has its own
because it
bathroom and
just
everything.
has its own bed,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
it's not like super comfortable. If you were to ask Seora, she would tell you that the most comfortable thing in this place is her nest. But otherwise, everything seems good. And
Which, like I said, I was just rolling and letting the storytelling do itself.
all right. So fucking let's just start. So how do we start this? Eric,
Hi.
you hear it's early in the morning, and you're in one of the rooms with like 2 bunk beds. Where are you sleeping?
It would probably be on the lower bunk.
Okay. As I said, you don't need to think about this. It's not going to be very important. There's a loud, staticky sound in your room that just kind of snaps, and then your room cools down a good 5 degrees instantly. And then you hear the tapping of something hitting the floor. Something light.
What in the hells? And just like as he's saying this, he's just like grabbing his flintlock off the bedstand because he doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
All right. So, you look to the side and you see, in the middle of the room, on the ground, there's a large envelope with I don't think there's a better way to say it, a blue sticky note on it. D&D has glue.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
it's like a yeah, it's basically a small, large-ish envelope with just kind of a blue sticky note on it. Then there seems to be writing, but from your bed you can't see it. You
Kind of,
need to get closer and pick it up.
He kind of grumbles a bit at being awoken in this manner. He eventually gets up out of the bed, keeps the flintlock with him as he strides over to the letter because he don't know what's going on. The room's
Alright.
supposed to be secure, and all of a sudden something has snuck in again. This is the second time this has happened in a secured room.
Yeah.
poor Herrick's getting PTSD.
All right. What does this say?
You pick it up, and the writing says, "Good morning, Herrick. Sorry for the rude awakening. I've been working on some things in the background, and I think it's ready. Please give the envelope to Gil. And then head to the basement."
I swear, if this is Gil's idea of a practical joke. He just kind of like mutters to himself as he just gets some common clothes on and starts heading over to Gil's room.
Gil, you're just kind of staring at this crow as it flies away. And as it flies away, it turns around and gives you a nasty look before turning around. And as you're just kind of calming down from the thing,
Gil shuts the
Knock at
window
your
behind
door.
the crow and then turns to open the door. Yeah, what is it?
Got a letter.
So did I. Gil holds up a coin. Absolutely not a letter.
hey, I have a question for you. I'm gonna just kind of let you decide. Considering that the level of adventure token go from lead, iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. What kind of coin do you have?
I mean, it's gotta be gold, right?
Yeah, sure. That makes
It's
sense.
gotta
You've
be
been
gold,
working there
right?
for a very long time. Yeah, sure. You've been well,
If
It's actually just gilded steel. It's not actually.
He painted it.
No, he absolutely did that as he was rising the ranks 100%.
because basically the
absolutely would
idea
have
would
done
be
that.
the idea would not be that it's kind of like, oh, you get to choose your color of your coin.
Mhm.
It's like when you start up an adventurers guild, you're given a lead token, and as you do achievements over time, your token shifts colors to go to like a different metals automatically.
Yep.
So since you've been working for the adventurers guild for like a few hundred years, I'd say gold token. You're not platinum, but
Yeah.
you'd be gold. That makes sense. So yeah, he just kind of shakes a gold token that's rimmed with different colors in front of your face.
It's not new. You've seen it before when he does the other guild
Yeah.
stuff, but yeah.
That's very fair.
I suppose we should get the others up as well.
Probably a good idea.
Gil's gonna make sure he's got all his affairs in order and then turn the corner and head over to Hecate's room. And just kind of bang on the door.
Hecate, Hecate, what happens? Are
All right, which bastard is it now?
Are you someone who sleeps late, or are you awake practicing your instrument? What type of sleeper is Hecate? Just for the
feel
fun.
like Hecate's the type to wake up early, so he's like just constantly tuning, constantly checking everything. So I guess as soon as like he hears the door, he's like, "All right, which bastard is it now?"
The gold one.
Oh. he kind of like, not with too much urgency, but he still like hurriedly gets up and just like walks up to and like cracks it open. He's like, "What?"
I've got a summons, and Herrick has some other package, it seems, so we're gonna need to
I'll just-
reconvene in a bit. Get ready.
I'm just gonna remind
see.
you that your summons is for like
A
1
couple
p.m.
days, yeah.
Yeah. So it's good that you inform everyone, but you don't need to
Yeah.
get that done immediately
I mean, we can.
because Pokemon is
we can
late
go
and we're not
earlier,
doing
but
a
yeah.
scene first.
I can also see the entire group fucking
Mhm.
with Hecate.
Hmm. Yeah, we're not in any rush for that, but at the very least, we're waking everyone up to talk. Anyways,
I see.
By the way, that last chord was off tune. You should probably check that.
He kind of scowls as he just slowly shuts the door.
Never gets old.
let's go wait in the main room then.
You begin to move downstairs, and as you do, you see Seora. As you pass through the second level, you see Seora in a
here.
corner, sitting in her box, and she just looks at you as you walk down the stairs.
I want to narrate this because
Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
so essentially you come downstairs, you just see Sayora in her nest. She's just looking at you as you come downstairs. Looks a bit tired. And as you come down, she says, "I can hear you from down here, whippersnappers."
Good,
No,
then we
oh
don't
my
need
God.
to wake you up.
Well, you are very loud.
And you're not?
Apologies.
Point taken.
So she starts to get out of her nest. Just stretches a bit while she starts grabbing her equipment. And just continues. So, from what I get here is we're being summoned.
Well, that's what my letter was regarding. Not sure what his was.
Well, kinda. I haven't actually, opened the envelope, but, the note on it.
No, but the note says it's for Gil. Specifically, the note says it's for Kreskin.
I mean, the note on it just kind of, mentions you specifically. So.
Interesting.
Honestly, it's kind of weird. If it's meant for you, why the fuck did they drop it off in my room?
That is weird. May I?
Knock yourself out.
Alright. Just gonna open it there.
All right. You open it, and you see a letter inside, and there seems to be roll me a sleight of hand just for fun.
Sure.
Nat 1.
Watch me.
Or you could just roll a
Uh-huh.
natural 9.
Okay. So just he's gonna start with a natural 20. He's gonna roll a 19, then an 18, and he's gonna end the game with the nat 1 after 20
I
rolls.
mean, these
exactly.
are rolls that ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, don't matter much. So when he actually needs things to matter, that's when
Look,
he's gonna roll
War
shit.
Boss, if I managed to do that, Duke from One Shot Questers would be pissed.
All right. So, what happens is, you take the envelope, and you immediately notice that inside the envelope is a piece of paper and a coin. And do you take out the coin or the paper first?
Probably paper. Just like, what the fuck?
All right. The paper says, "Good morning, Griskin. Or at least I expect this will take you in the morning. The place you were given by Landis was chosen for you. There is something in the basement awaiting you. Make sure you bring the coin."
And that's all it says?
Yeah.
Doesn't even say who it's from.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking, would she? Yeah, sure, she would sign tomorrow.
Ah,
Hmm.
that's why it got dropped off in my room.
The name means something to you?
I mean, that is literally Lendis's wife and the demi-goddess that I kind of worship, so yes.
Mm,
Yes, it does.
right.
And Gil, yes, Tamara does ring a bell. It's one of the members of the Great Worm Council. The Foreign Affairs, the leader of Foreign Affairs, I believe. And I can double check, of course.
Yep, I'm pretty sure it's Foreign Affairs.
Head of Foreign Affairs of the Council.
Well, it says that there's something in the basement. I don't realize we
We
really
have a
had
basement?
basement.
You don't realize you guys have a basement, or at least you do remember that when you first came here, I described as you could feel something beneath one of the rugs that looked door shaped, but you couldn't feel anything past it, as if it was just kind of a
loose floorboard or something.
yeah.
Well,
Theor just looks in the direction of the rug. Oh, that's what that is.
guess we may as well investigate while we're waiting on our bird friend upstairs.
As you say that, Hecate is moving down the stairs.
Yeah, I was
Because
about
I
to
want
say,
everyone to be here.
like-
I'm going to railroad you fucks.
Alright. Well, let's see what this is about. And we're just gonna start pulling the rugs back, trying to find if there's a trapdoor or something.
All right. So you move one of the rugs,
Mm.
and you immediately find a section of the floor that's clearly has like a section defined, just kind of like a slit. There doesn't seem to be like a handle you can pull, but there's definitely a door there.
I assume it'd probably be like behind the actual sales counter or something, just not in the middle of the fucking shop.
It's in like the bottom right corner of the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
The back bottom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the back of the room on the right.
Well, you said there's no handle or anything?
Not that you can see. There is a
We found the
but-
door.
but as your hand touches it, there's a hissing sound and then a click as something moves.
Well, gonna go go ahead and pull it open then, if we can. Just kind of slide it.
Sure. As you start it open, you see a set of polished, which is very interesting, polished stone. But unlike the green marble that everything is made out of in the city of Jade, this is like black marble veined in gold.
Ooh.
And
Fancy.
it glows with the corridor that goes down the staircase. The walls that are like this black marble veined in gold, they glow with a soft, like burnished light. Something kind of like, some kind of like a soft, warm orange. That maybe a bit more, maybe a bit yellower than what you would get out of an
Mhm.
actual flame.
Is there a ladder that leads down?
No, it's just a set of stairs.
Ah, it's stairs. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a staircase that goes down into the depths.
All right. Well, let's see what this is about. We're gonna start down the stairs.
All right.
I suppose I could say follow suit.
Yep.
And I'm gonna switch to music. Tony, if you want to be with us and the watch together, you can click the link. That's on the.
I take it you're wanting me to be in the watch together.
If you
No.
want to be there and hear the background music, otherwise it's fine. You don't have to. You can play your own music. I'm not gonna force it down your throat.
Hmm.
It's just that I'm going to be switching the music between different tracks depending on what's happening. So it depends on you. So you begin to make your way downstairs and you reach a wide area, and in front of you is just kind of this this is a circular area with multiple indentations in the walls that could look like doors, but once again, they are indentations without having any fucking hell, man. I can't. Handles. My brain decided to drop on that word specifically today. Great. And as you move forward, there's a well, as you look around, you see a structure directly opposite to the staircase on the other side of the door that looks like the head of a dragon just kind of climbing out of the wall. It's made of gold, and it's got its jaws open, with just its fangs pointing outward, and below it there's a small scoop, like a small golden plate, and on the nose of this statue there's a blue post-it.
Right, I'm guessing that's probably where the coin goes. We're gonna read the post-it note.
It says, prick your finger A drop of blood will suffice.
Not where the coin goes. What the fuck?
Are you sure you know this place?
I know? What? Did I ever allude to me knowing this place? I've got no fucking idea what this place is.
What are you talking about? It's a secret basement. Why would anyone know anything about it? It's secret.
Just smug look.
So yes, the fangs of the statue are very sharp. You could probably prick your finger on it and drop a drop of blood on the plate.
Not loving that. Any volunteers?
That's funny. I like that. I planned how this place works, but I didn't think, okay, cool. Yes, I want to see what happens.
Dead silence from everybody.
Oh,
Shrugs.
why not? My blood's pretty worthless as it is, anyways.
I'm just a nothing bard.
Herrick will
Yeah, nothing
extend a
bard.
finger. He'll extend a finger to prick it.
Okay. Roll me a D100. I want to know what happens.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. A solid 80.
A solid 80?
Yep, just 80.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's very fair. Okay. This is not what I'd planned, but
It's always fun when he says that.
it works, so we're happy. All right. So the eyes of the statue, which were
don't like
glass, which looked like glass, they begin to fill as if being by a colored smoke. It seems to be denser than air, and it just kind of sinks into the orbs, slowly filling them, roiling in smoke. And the color of the smoke is the color of Herrick's scales. So black, fleckered with silvery sparks. And the there was a chance this was not going to work, but it seems like it works for now. So yeah, the eyes of the statue glow with this. Well, they don't glow. As I said, they fill with this blackness filled with silvery stars, and the statue recedes a little into the wall, and a door opens. Basically, beneath the statue is fairly tall. Not for you, Herrick. For you, Herrick, it's probably more like neck height. But yes, the statue rears back its golden head. You don't really know. It doesn't look like there are sections in the statue that are hinges for it to move, but it moves back, rears back its head, and then underneath it a door opens in the stone, in the marble.
Time to see where this goes.
The door opens into this wide room. It's circular. It's very tall, and the room seems to have like a bit of a the best way I could describe it is that there's basically a cavitation into this room. So basically, this room is circular, and for a good 5 meters to from the wall, it's flat, and you can walk all around it. And there are like different like desks and section with like book rests and bookshelves, but they're all empty. There are no books that remain here. And at the and starting from 5 meters from the walls, the floor begins to dip down and angle downwards to create this kind of bowl shape in the ground.
Seems a little cliche.
And there's at the bottom of this basically what kind of looks like a pool without water. At the bottom of it, there's a blue post-it.
Alright, that looks like another message from her Mercy. Might as well see what it says.
All right. So, Herrick, you're the one who jumps down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You opened the door and all this, so yeah.
Okay. Well, fuck it, he is not there yet. So you get down and you see the cool. You touch the cool piece of blue paper, and sorry, I'm just making sure it stops looping through the entire list and just loops the track instead. So you touch the blue post-it, and it says, "Oh, I didn't think your blood would activate the statue. Interesting. We'll look at that later. For now, place down the coin."
Is there like a specific spot for the coin to be set?
No, it's just a pool. And it says, place down the coin, and then below there, there's a little line that says, "A hoard always starts with a single coin."
Gil, you still got that coin on you?
Gil's gonna take it out. Is it just a regular ass like golden dragon or?
It's a copper coin.
Oh, it's a copper coin.
Copper coin. Yep.
I'm just gonna flick it over.
Alright. Let's see what you've got in mind, Tamara. He's gonna set the coin down at the bottom here.
All right. All right. So as the coin clinks down on the ground, do you set it down or just drop it?
He sets it down.
All right. As you set down the coin, there's a rumbling sound. And then from where the cone has been placed, underneath it, a rune shines. And then a rune next to the coin shines. And then another rune, and then another rune. And spiraling out from the center of this basically basin, runes begin to light up on the stone, covering the entire bowl, and then climbing up the walls. And you all begin to feel a how I put this. You all begin to feel a sort of weight pushing down on you. And it lasts for a second, and then you feel refreshed. You feel empowered. And Gil, you know this feeling. It's the feeling of being in a lair. Like, dragon magic is different than regular magic. Well, not completely different, but it has roots in the fundamentals of the universe, of the world. It's said that dragons are part of why the prime material plane exists. They were a part of it, part of the creation. And a draconic horde has a specific type of power that empowers the dragons who live inside of their lair. It also gives them a certain amount of power over the environment around their lair. And what you feel, Gil, is a nascent draconic lair. And you know immediately that by staying here, your the backlash you would get from breaking your seal would gradually lessen. If you were to rest in the vicinity of this place, of this lair, it would soothe you. Otherwise, everyone else, as Gil is pondering these feelings he has never felt for a very long time, there's a clicking sound, and the sound of a snapping of stone from the previous room.
Blank.
I'm guessing some of those doors in the previous room might have opened. Or something.
Alright.
I take it we roll perception.
We
Um,
should probably go into the previous room first. Don't think it's required if it's obvious.
I suppose that's true.
all right. So yeah, you could roll perception if you want, but it's pretty clear that something happened in the previous room, and you all move back to the previous room, and as I said, the previous room is a large circular room with plenty of small, like square, rectangular depressions inside of the walls. And 4 of them seem to have sunken further into the stone, and they all have a blue post-it stamped onto them.
There are a lot of these around.
Indeed.
It's a
Oh.
it's a divine power efficient way to communicate with people. Like, telepathy takes a lot more juice than summoning a
piece of
post-it.
paper.
Yeah.
Well, might as well see what else Tamara has to say here.
When you reach the first door, it says this one is for you, Kriskin. Just press a drop of blood onto the door. It'll open.
Hey, Gil, I know you were so keen about offering blood earlier. This one literally will not open without yours.
What's yours,
Alright.
Sonny?
Gil's gonna just kind of.
All right.
Is there an actual like blade or something for like similar to
No.
the other one, or
You
no?
just
Okay.
need to press it to the stone,
In that case, Gil's just.
or at least that's what the post-it seems to imply. Just press a drop of blood to the door.
In that case, Gil's just gonna kind of pierce his finger on his drake tooth necklace. That's pressing firmly against it, and then pressing his finger to the door.
All right. So the door shimmers, and the veins of gold and the black marble begin to shift as if waving through the stone. And your hand on the stone begins to pass through it as you press it against it. As if you begin to sink through the stone, but not as if the stone was eating you. It's more as if it's not incorporeal is not the right word, but
Illusory.
it goes like, yeah, something like that.
This place is so fucking weird. Slowly dipping head through the door.
So, you sink through the door and you reach a room. Now, here comes a certain thing that I talked about during the week. So, this room is interesting to say the least. Now, I would like to ask, what kind of room did Kriskin have at I forget. Serpent Hills.
God. I mean, probably would have mostly just been a cave.
All right.
Like, I don't think it would have been like super furnished or anything.
All right. So you enter this room that's sparsely furnished with like different with in one corner there's a bed that seems more comfortable than what you have upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's well, not just a little more comfortable. It looks like a pretty fucking baller bed. And you see around this, over the bed on the walls are runes softly glowing, the same runes as those that were in the Horde room. So something along the lines of there's draconic magic flowing to this room. to the side of the room, there's um, a dummy to practice martial arts. It's very well made with a dark metal with like a purplish glint to it. And to the side, there's a sitting area with a bookshelf and different. Well, as I said before, the bookshelves are empty, but there is like a place where where Gil could set up basically study things and do different stuff. And there's a lot of free area where you could like train yourself, do different warm-ups and stuff. As I said, there's also the dummy, and yeah, it's fairly Spartan for rooms, which is not something you're unaware of. It's not something that you're used to Spartan rooms. That's how you like your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Outside, none of you can go through the door. To you, it's solid stone. And as you move around, you get to one of the other rooms, and this one says, this door is for the crow.
All right, Sayora, your turn.
The same rules apply.
Pop, step back, step back. Sayora approaches and just presses a hand on the door on the thing.
All right. Do you prick your hand to put a drop of blood?
Yes.
Okay. So the same things occur where as you're pushing against the wall, your hand begins to sink through it. There's a little resistance, but mostly you feel like you could easily go through.
Okay, then Sayora will take a peek.
Right. You look through and you find another sparsely populated room. The room has, in the same way as Gills, though you haven't seen Gills, in the right corner, there's a desk with a bookshelf of different material. On one side, there seems to be just as you explore the room, there's a section of, it's a metal section about 2 feet wide with different locks. And just by looking at them, you can see that they're all locks of varying level of difficulty. So just as to kind of like train up your thieves' tools and stuff. You have a section with just kind of a fucking hell, man. Today my brain doesn't want to remember. So basically, like a large target
English
with kind of like different things to basically like to throw darts. And at the center of the room, there's a blue post-it that's kind of like stuck to the ground.
For the fun
And
of it,
we're gonna go back to that a bit
just for the
later.
fun of it, real quick. Sayora picks up a dart throws it and then just stops it midair. Just looks at it amused for a moment and then just lets it go the rest of the way. Okay,
we're
you can
going
continue.
to we're going to wait until we're done with the other two before we go back to your post-it.
Gotcha.
Hecate and Herrick, you get the picture. Everyone has a room. You each go towards your given room, and each giving a bit of your blood to the stone, which absorbs it and then becomes a shifting slab of stone you can walk through. Now, I'm going to start with Herrick. So, Herrick, you step to the stone, and I'm going to ask you, Herrick, if you could have a perfect room for you, what would it be? If you could pray for a room to calm your spirits, to let you to be a balm on your woes, but also that would have the things that you even things that you had in the queendom that you feel guilty for missing. What would your room be like?
So I think there would be a lot of like silver theming, kind of like keeping in line with his faith and his heritage. Like it wouldn't be like ornate, but it would be very cozy and comfortable.
Well,
Just
this entire place is made of gold veined marble, so your thing is going to be pretty ornate whether you like it or not. But I understand what you mean.
but yeah, like it wouldn't be like really super fancy. Like it can still look nice, but it's not exaggerated.
All right. And what's something from the queendom that Herrick would have in his room that he might even feel guilty for wanting, but that would be there?
Hmm.
Did Herrick have did Herrick, like, not everyone in the queendom is evil. They're conditioned to think a certain way. But did you have friends you left behind that of whom a picture could be on your wall or in your bookshelf? Do you have like um, do you have like something you left behind that you wish you had brought with you?
I think there would be an item like that. I'm not. It might just be like, like a simple kind of like necklace or pendant. That very likely at some point belonged to his mother. That he managed to get his hands on at one point, but wasn't able to take with him.
All right. So Yeah, you find it it's on your desk. There's a small desk. Everyone has the same setup where they have a small desk with a bookshelf next to it in one corner of the room. And in your room, as you walk forward, you see just this this pendant.
Your mercy, I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but how exactly did you get your talons on this?
There's a snapping sound and a little blue post-it appears on your table, and it just says, "I have my ways."
Oh.
You sure do. You sure do.
We shift to Hecate. Hecate, you pass through you pass through the stone, and in front of you is a room that's very similar to what I've described so far, all made of black and gold marble, very, very richly, very, 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 very beautiful. In the back, there's a in the forward corner on the right, there's a desk where you can work. On the other side, there's a plush bed. Oh yeah, I don't know if I went over it, but in your room, Sarah, is a nest.
Yay.
You don't have a bed. You have a you have a very plush nest, like
Heck
super
yeah.
plush.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure.
furnished with
All the
down
twigs.
feathers and stuff.
The best
Yeah.
bed made of straw.
Hecate kind of travels a lot, so he kind of doesn't care if he has a nest or a bed. He
Mhm.
just kind of makes do.
But this one is comfortable. It's not super plush. Oh, and I kind of forgot to go over the bed, so I'm just gonna go back when I'm done. So this bed is not like super plush, sink into the bed type, more a firm mattress with just kind of a layer of very soft on sink through it on the top of the mattress. It's kind of like the first 2 inches of the mattress is soft,
So it's
and the rest
memory
is
foam?
firm. No, it's not memory foam. Memory foam doesn't exist. It's magic. Shut up.
Okay.
It's dream foam.
It's okay. And as for you, Herrick, she recognizes that you're not used to, you wouldn't be comfortable sleeping in a bed. So instead of having like a bed like other people, coming out from the wall, there's made of the same marble that makes the walls of this room is just kind of this section that's a flat stone bed, and on top of it there's like a thin, soft, comfortable but not plush, like maybe like an inch and a half mattress slash bed cover that you can just kind of you could put a mattress on this later, but for now it's going to be closer to something you're not going to, it's not going to overwhelm you. And Anyway, you've never been able to sleep properly in a bed you feel you could sink into. You need to be able to get up at any point in time, and stone beneath you lets you feel like you could spring to your feet in an instant. Now we go back to Hecate.
Yeah.
Hecate, you look around, and compared to your party members, your desk is larger, and your section, the section that's a bookshelf, instead of taking a small portion, takes most of a wall. And you, uh, as you arrive, you see on the desk a um, a small item. It's made of metal. It's about the size of about a foot wide, 3 to 4 inches deep, 4 to 5 inches tall, and at the center there's a at the center on top of it there's a place where it feels like something can be slit, and there's a blue post-it next to it that is pressed into a scroll.
All right.
Mhm.
So Hecate just kind of like, he's very surprised by everything. He just kind of like just slowly walks over to it, and I guess he checks it out.
All right. So the do you look at the post-it first or the scroll first?
Probably the post it first, just to see like what the hell's going on.
All right. The post-it says, if you seek knowledge and lore, read this scroll.
So I guess he opens the scroll then.
And at the bottom it says, make sure you take care of Herrick. He's new at this.
I see. To that, just Hecate just quirks an eyebrow. Bird brow.
All right. Do you read the scroll?
Of course.
All right. So you start to read the scroll, and it looks like it's some weird kind of spell. And as you read it, I'd like you to roll me an ability check with your charisma. Power and kill. Fuck
An
you,
ability
Bob.
check with
Power kill targeted to Herrick.
an ability check
So-
with what?
Your charisma plus your proficiency bonus. So for Hecate, that's what? Your charisma is at least a +3 or a +4, right?
Yeah, should be able to go like that. Oh shit.
Oh, 2. That's
Oh,
funny.
shit. Oh
Okay, so there's a rumbling, and all right, so we'll do this fun. There's a
Really?
rumbling as you cast the spell. You almost lose control of it, and next to the next to the machine that seems to have like a divot on the top, there's a small wooden, a small stone marble container that just, with a pop, it fills with various small crystals of different colors, just kind of all lined up in rows, and your bookshelf just in just kind of a flash of magic fills with a bunch of books, but the books are all halfway into the bookshelf, so they tumble to the ground, and that scene repeats itself into everyone's rooms. So everyone, you're sitting or walking around in your room and looking around, and then there's a flash, and then books start to tumble to the floor.
Fuck.
Yeah, Hecate is like, oh shit,
Yeah.
shit, fuck. Like, basically.
Your Mercy, I love you, but could you stop trying to give me a heart attack today?
Hecate, there's a snapping sound and a cold breeze, and there seems to be a post-it on the first crystal in the basically what seems like what's the name of a thing you use to sort documents? I forget.
A paperclip? Filing cabinet?
Like
Something like that?
there seems so it's not a cabinet
know what
because
it's
it's not closed, but it's kind of like a basically
A shelf.
a filing
Shelf.
folder with like crystals, and on the first one in the front there's a little there's a little post-it that appears on that crystal. Do you look at it?
Of course.
All right, so you pick it up and it says, ha 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 ha.
Oh, if only you
my
could see my
God.
face right now. If only you could see my face right now.
Or boss, I hate that I love
Just
you.
a sketch of a fucking troll face.
And then it says, I haven't laughed like that in a while. Thank you. Now, place the crystal in the machine. In the artificer made magical item on your desk. It will give you guidance you sorely need. Keep them
Alright,
alive.
so he does as he's told there.
All right. So you place the crystal in the item, and it slides in, and
Oh no. I don't like
it's
it.
just a song. You hear a voice come from the machine. And I'm gonna try to do this properly. I've tried to do this voice a few times, but it's hard on me. But I'll try it. The first thing you hear is I'm gonna get close. Do I really have to? No, I know it won't cost me much, but yes, I know. I owe you one. But really? Really? Oh, Tamara, you are exhausting. Yes, I'll do it. Yes, I know. Yes, love you too. You are a lucky mortal indeed, little bard.
As
You
a
have
hat.
found you have found yourself in the vicinity of one of my friends, proteges, and thus you will be offered a gift, the a gift very few have benefited from. Usually, my teachings do not come cheap. Listen well now and be grateful. Lesson 1: The Song of Creation. Many bards believe that the cosmos is a work of art, the creation of the first dragons and gods, though I would argue that dragons had a larger part to play. That creative work included harmonies that continue to resound through existence today, a power known as the Song of Creation. Bards draw on that primeval song through dance, music, and poetry. And the teachers share this lesson. Before the sun or the moons, there was the song, and its music awoke the first dawn. Its melodies so delighted the stones and trees that some of them gained a voice of their own. And now they sing too. Learn the song, students, and you too can teach the mountains to sing and dance. The explanation continue as you listen, Hecate, enraptured by the smooth husky voice I can't do coming from the device, as her words unravel insights you've yet to grasp about the bardic arts, filling gaps in your spotty knowledge and on the theoretical aspects of your magic. And you basically lose track of time as you listen to almost hypnotically to this this voice coming from this item that just kind of you, Hecate, you're pretty much, you learned being a bard by yourself. You didn't have a teacher, and a lot of the things you do kind of on instinct. And as you said, you can't really read sheet music. You can just do everything by ear. And being fed this information by this basically magical volume that's basically a skill book. Fuck you. But kind
tape
of
recorder.
this magical skill book is just kind of giving you insight on all these things that you kind of do without really understanding why you do it, and now you get it, and it's just kind of aha moments every 3 seconds that you spend listening to this person speak.
I don't know what to say to that right now.
It's fine. The other 3 meet back up in the circular room after managing to put all their books back on their bookshelves. And I'm gonna go around the table. It's not really a table, but let's say around the table. Let's start with Gil. We started with Gil earlier. Gil, what kind of books would Gil find not necessarily interesting but useful? On what on what subjects, let's say, like, would you like books? Does Gil read? Is he a reader?
Honestly, I think the main thing is probably just gonna be like history of the queendom and of Tiamat herself.
All right.
And just a lot of that kind of foundational knowledge that he might not have already known at this point.
Okay. So here's what this does. Your books that fill your bookshelf are all about the history of the world, and as long as you spend time studying this book, these books in your downtime, in the next adventure, you're gonna have advantage on history checks.
Nice.
All right.
And then Herrick's is just the fucking opposite.
Herrick, what is your bookshelf filled with? Well, it's not filled. It's kind of like you fill maybe two shelves.
What's the starting selection?
What's your starting selection?
There'd probably be like stuff on like proper care for mounts.
All right. So yeah, I'll stop you right there. You have like books on the proper care for different animals and mounts, and if you spend time studying your books before you go on an adventure, for that adventure you're gonna have advantage on all animal handle checks.
All right. Yeah, no, that sounds pretty good.
Heck, I'd say you don't get to choose.
Okay, cool.
Arcana, baby.
Your things are all about performance.
Ah, that's fair.
They're about the technical aspect, the how to read and write music on sheets so you can spread your lore and your knowledge, and studying these will allow you to basically it will allow you two things. Right now, as a bard, you play everything by ear. You can't write scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
Until you study this and spend some downtime doing this, you can't write a spell scroll. But you will be able to do so with your downtime once you've studied these books.
Okay.
And making scrolls with your downtime is going to be pretty fucking fun because it means that everyone can vicious mockery people, or at least like everyone can. It's good for everyone in the party to have like a scroll of healing word just in case someone drops and you're not able to use it. Like
yeah, I was telling
that
what was the only way he learned how to play music was by ear. He never actually got his hands on any kind of like scripts.
Yeah, that's why the demigoddess gave you this. It's so you could learn.
It's giving a prodigy the tools to be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because not everyone can just learn music without a teacher. Especially not magic music that lets you cast spells. You're pretty fucking amazing for being able to cast spells without any scholarship whatsoever in the bardic arts. So basically what she's done is she's offered you she's offered you a teacher in the guise of the person who recorded a few crystals for you.
Congrats, Hecate, you're homeschooled.
Oh yeah.
She's
No
not
wonder why he's
homeschooled,
such an
she's
ass.
non-schooled.
Well,
No
now
wonder
she's getting
she's-
homeschooled.
Wonder why.
Now she's homeschooled. But yeah, basically, once you're all done dealing with your shit,
He's got a subscription to
I'm
Skillshare.
now that you're done. Now that we're done with this, I'm just going to.
Hashtag not sponsored.
We're just going to slide back to Seora.
Mm-hmm.
And Seora, you don't get books, but you kneel down to the post-it that's on the ground that we left for later to take care of, and we're doing it now. So you read the post-it, and the post-it says, "Good day, little rogue. Fighter, it's hard to describe how you work. Your mind is close to me, and not a lot of people's minds are close to me. I can't figure out how you work, so I couldn't find a proper gift for you. But I think I've set up something that can be useful. I apologize for not granting you a start to your library, but I know a good bookshop near where you dwell. And in the section, it says, basically it gives you the coordinates to go to like a well-renowned bookshop with good prices. Because Seora doesn't have Draconic Veil, the feature that doesn't exist. That I didn't accidentally post like 50 times in the chat before we started this.
Oh, absolutely not. What are you talking about?
So yes,
shaking my head.
So I don't feel bad for revealing Draconic Veil at the starter session because it was going to come up now, which is the demigoddess Tamara doesn't know what the fuck you are because she can't read you. It happens. There are a lot of items that grant immunity to telepathy and stuff like that, like rings of mind shielding and stuff. But seeing as she couldn't read you, she couldn't prepare something specifically for you.
Seora just mentions, "My apologies," and that's simply all she says about it.
There's a little snap and a cold breeze as a little like post-it shows up and it says, "Oh, no worries. Just talk out loud about what you want with your party, and I'll read it from them. Maybe next time. Maybe next time you do us a fuck, man. My brain is having a hard time working tonight. Next time you do us a favor, I might have something personalized to give." I made sure to include the nest. And then that's it. So everyone has a magic door with a magic room inside. and I've introduced my system for like as long as you have access to books and you study them before an adventure, before an arc, you're gonna have advantage on the related skill check.
Which one does Sayora have? Is it just like Arcana stuff?
Sarah doesn't have books because the goddess couldn't read her mind
Okay.
or look into her dreams, and she couldn't figure out what she has. So she has like basic. You know what? Because she thought you were a rogue. some reason.
Stealth books.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Stealth
stealth
books.
The stealth books.
Very funny.
How to gain proficiency in stealth? Yeah, free skill, baby.
Hiding
You're not
for
gonna get a skill
dummies.
proficiency. You're just gonna have advantage. Arguably better for now. It's effectively a
Joke's
plus
on you,
5.
I already have proficiency.
Ah,
You're gonna have advantage then. Which is good. Advantage on stealth. Yeah, you don't know what you didn't understand why you had like a set of locks to train until you read the thing. It's kind of like, oh, you can train your lock picking, rogue. So yeah, that's what I had planned for the basement. Hopefully, and just to be clear, in the large circular room, you each have one door, but there's still like 6 wooden depressions in the walls where
Yeah, him
like
pitiful.
that could lead to different places, but they do not respond to any, and they don't respond to having blood smeared on them. They don't respond to you pushing them. Nothing happens when you touch these stones. So possibly there's going to be a need for something additional before that works, which is probably going to be to have more than one copper piece in the horde that's powering this place.
so as we're like reconvening in the center of the basement, Gil's just gonna be talking with Herrick basically. And she's just gonna be like, yeah, it's so fucking weird. Just in the middle of me looking around the room, the books just kind of started falling off the bookshelf for some reason.
Hecate just walks out and he just looks like he's seen some shit.
Oh, so what
Meanwhile,
happened to
Sarah
you?
looks unfazed because what books?
Well, as I said, you have books on stealth for some reason. That
She couldn't
not very
find
clear.
them.
All right, she doesn't look unfazed. Fuck no.
Bitch, where?
All right.
Yeah, the books
so-
are hidden.
Jakal, stop hoarding the books.
Couldn't be Jakal with advantage on stealth. Alright, anyways, tangent aside. So, this is definitely more to explore later, but I think we spent plenty enough time to make our way over to the Adventure Guild at this point. See what mission they have, and if you all are interested.
All right. So you begin to make your way towards the
Adventurers Guild.
Adventurers Guild. you all just woke up, so you go back. Uh, you're probably going to bring some of the stuff you'd had, like your clothes and stuff, into your new rooms in the basement. And then you dress for the day and head out to the Adventurers Guild.
So what? If we just hire new people, they all just reside on the third floor while we
They
all live
can,
in the
yeah.
basement.
I assume that's the idea. Yeah.
Basically.
It's a secret basement, so like if we get attacked, they're gonna go for the upper floor thinking we're there, but we're actually hidden in the basement.
We're actually hiding as cowards behind magic stone doors.
They'll never find us in our hidden bunker.
They literally
mean,
will never get
It's not like it's a secret basement. But if they come with like pickaxes and break through the magic doors, like the only thing that the magic on the door does is that the one who activated it with their blood can pass through it. Someone with a pickaxe and a bit of time can breach any of these doors.
Sounds like a pretty shitty magic door.
Well,
Arcane
the point of the
lock
door
can
is
be
not to be unbreachable. The point of the door is for privacy. You can't listen through the door because you can't see through that thickness of stone with divination magic.
Fair.
Well, yeah, there's a specific thickness of stone. I think like a foot of stone you can't see through with divination magic, and that's how thick the door is. It's a slab. It's a big slab of stone that you can just pass through.
Anyway.
So it blocks all divination. It blocks detect magic. It blocks all these spells. But if you have a lot of time on your hand, you can breach it. I mean, it takes a while to smash through a foot deep of fucking marble. It's not exactly the easiest thing to go through, but I mean, it's possible. And it's possible that if when you level up this basement, that clearly was Gil, for the time you spent in your room and some of your documents that were left for you, it's clear that this place was once owned by a dragon who had his lair downstairs, and he's moved on or gone somewhere or done something you don't know, but this is a place made for a dragon to live. That's what the point of this place is. It's for a dragon resident to set up their lair without too much issue. You can guess that there's more than one of these types of doors of places in the city.
Good luck finding them.
Good luck finding them. But yeah, basically, it needed the blood of a dragon, and apparently Herrick did the job. The point was for Gil to do it, but that's fine. I don't mind.
What do you mean? Gil's not a dragon.
What do
Yeah,
you
he
mean?
kind of sucks at being a dragon.
I mean, to be fair, I think you are proficient with thieves' tools, right, Sarah?
Let me double check.
I'm in your sheet. I just double checked. Yes, you are.
Okay. You say that as if you're saying I'm in your walls.
She's in the wall.
Anyway,
She's
so,
in the
Goddamn walls. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you wish
All right,
you were
so,
a fly on the wall?
Oh my god. Shut
a bit
it up.
later in the day, you make your way to the Adventurers Guild.
Please.
And as you do, you just you approach, and there's a cawing of a crow that's just mad dogging you on the outside, just looking down. As you walk in and walk to You enter the line and then walk to a counter where there's a little gnome that goes, "Oh, hi. What can I do for you today?"
Just gonna put the token on the table. I have received
Oh.
a summons.
Oh, okay. Just give me 1 second. And he takes like a little crystal rod and he presses it to your token. He closes his eyes for a second. He says, "Ah, you've been assigned a contract. I get it." He taps his head with the crystal rod and then says, "Okay, yeah. Move to the go to the stairs, second floor, third door to the right."
All right, thank you.
He waves at you guys, and then in the behind you, you hear, "Hey, what's up?" And he talks with the next customer, user, member, whatever they are. You make your way
Person,
up
dude guy.
to. You make your way up to a second floor. You walk to the third door on the right, and you open it. And in it is 4 chairs. In the back, there's a desk with someone, with a large man sitting behind it. And standing in the room is Pokemon. How about you describe your character?
So, as but standing in the back, at first glance, it's what appears to be a very pale, elven-looking woman. Then you realize she's too short to be, like, proper elven. She looks to be about the same height as the gnome in the room prior, but her proportions are still completely that of an adult elf. And then you realize the pale appearance isn't just like she hasn't had enough sun. Her skin is paper white with like an almost shine on it, and as she like moves around every once in a while, you hear a small like tick, as if you were tapping the side of a glass with some of your silverware to announce a toast at a dinner. She's wearing this frilly dress that still doesn't seem hard to move in, but it is decorated as if for the stage. On her back is a harp of sized for her, and on her hip is both what looks to be a pistol and a rapier. As I am going to put the token over here on the map. A couple of the players here might recognize this token.
Been a hot
I'm
fucking
going to
minute.
do a thing. I'm going to do a thing.
I'm also going to do a thing. As I have prepared a Fuji
Oh.
text for this as well.
Yeah,
Ow.
there you go.
Jesus.
She's
No,
big.
that doesn't look anything like Jesus.
Jesus?
Okay.
We don't know what Jesus looked like. And most of our depictions are probably wrong because
He wasn't white.
he wasn't white.
Yeah.
Jesus.
In any case, Everyone can see the token. We'll leave it big for now. It's not like we need it for battle anytime soon. The man behind the man behind the desk at the back of the room looks at you all enter and says, "Good day, Griskin. On time as always."
Just kind of nods. What are the
All right.
details?
Let me get to the point. This over here is a lady named Vanya. She's coming in from the society.
She,
And
she gives a bow to the party as her name is called.
we're being requested to help her in the exploration of a facility. So, Lady Vanya, you mind elucidating what's going on to these fine folk who will be helping you out?
Of course. As she takes a couple steps forward, it's almost like the footsteps sound like glass tapped. So, due to a recent excursion, a facility or a sinkhole had happened relatively nearby. An earth elemental gone awry had left a crater that led to some sort of underground bunker of sorts. The adventurers that fought off that elemental were going to go down there, however, they were weary from their own fight. Reason we are requested to go down is due to a symbol left on some of the walls, elucidating this towards an old world Pokemon's looking for the words now.
It's fine.
An old world society that seemed to keep hold of lore, though there wasn't much information that we could glean from the outside initially.
So the guy behind the desk just clears up his throat and says, just to be clear, the adventurers that unveiled the facility were on an escort detail, and so they decided that their mission was more important than exploring an unknown area. So they just explained what happened in their report, and then our good friend at the society asked us to help out and sent us a asset. Just like the other group, I would like to say that your first priority is to keep the asset alive. Thank you very much. Second priority is to delve into the facility and help Miss Vanya categorize what kind of facility it is, what can be gained from exploring it, and if it's worth investing time, money, and lives to explore it more thoroughly. You are on a scouting mission, mostly. So, no need to be overly courageous. If there's something dangerous in there, put it in your report. We'll send someone more qualified. For now, I wish you good luck. All right, so luckily for you, over the last few months, we found out what the problem was with the teleportation issue that was plaguing Bastion, and we have put the teleportation array back in order. So you will not need to travel on the road for too long. You will be teleported to the closest adventurers guild, and then will only need to make your way from said guild to the facility in question. And he nods and says, any issues, question, details you would like?
How much are we getting paid?
Excellent question.
What the Dragonborn
Well,
said.
Miss Vanya, you're not being paid a cent. You're
Oh,
the
I'm
one
aware.
asking for something to
aware.
be done. As for you, I have requested that at first they asked to pay in gold. Gold is fine, but you don't get adventure society things so easily, and we're in a good position to make a request. So I've asked if it was possible to grant each one who would be part of this adventure one of their magical items. They have limited the rarity of the item that can be given, and it will need to be something that they have on hand at the time that the quest is being filled in. But yes, your reward will be a magical item each, as well as he looks at his papers. 100 gold. So 100 gold plus a magical item. No more than uncommon.
I hope it suffice.
Seems about right for something that's a little more on the simple end, as far as I can tell.
He nods.
Sounds like the major threat's already been dealt with, and it's just a matter of escorting our porcelain friend here.
He smiles and says, "That's what I like about you, Chriskin. Always ready to go." And he
Just
looks
hope it doesn't
at
get too boring.
the other people in the room and asks, "So, Chriskin, I've heard that you've been bringing some new folk to your quests. As you know, everyone can fulfill quests for the Adventurers Guild. There's no need to be a member, but I was wondering, are they interested?"
It's their call.
Turns his head towards you and smiles. "So, fresh meat? Any interest in joining the Adventurers Guild?"
I suppose I've got nothing better to do at this time.
He smiles.
That depends. What kind of perks do you offer?
Well, I've got it written down somewhere.
If I remember correctly, I believe it's access to the guild's teleportation network to transport across Bastion fairly easily. Room and
Oh,
board.
no. Kriska,
Mhm.
you forget. Access to the teleportation guild, the teleportation array of the Adventurers Guild to teleport to any Adventurers Guild. We have guilds in the Queendom, and we have guilds in the Fell Empire.
Oh, right.
Don't
Where-
forget,
I don't go
you
there.
probably don't want to step outside of a guild in the Queendom if you don't want to get murked. But as long as you're in the guild, you are under our protection, legal and physical.
Yeah, forgot about that. I don't really go outside Bastion all that much, but yeah, that's true as well. And then, yeah, food and board while you're on a mission in a town, all that kind of stuff.
If you ever find your there are some contracts, mostly the more lucrative ones, if you catch my drift, that are locked for members. And in exchange for having these lucrative contracts offered to you, and for the legal and physical protection that the guild offers its members, you need to sign a contract, basically, that goes over a few details. Killing other members outside of a contract, it's a no-go. Selling information about the guild to another party, no-go. And if you do so, you break your contract with the guild, and we'll send someone to acquire you. On the other hand, black coin contracts are very lucrative. So if you get asked to bring back someone who broke the rules, you'll be paid handsomely. And there is one more thing. It is simply that if you are a member, like our good friend Kriskin over here, you can be assigned a contract. And usually, you don't want to refuse an assigned contract. You can, but if you refuse too many, you might risk becoming a black token quest yourself.
In other words, don't be lazy, don't be a narc, and you're fine.
That's why I like you, Kriskin. Anyway, so basically, you get free food, free board, access to the entire world via the teleportation system, on top of more lucrative contracts that you can take at any time. And we offer physical and legal support for any issues, be they from the prime material plane or the outer planes. You have no idea how many people get in trouble with the Fae. Well, in any case, if you're interested, right now you're being assigned a contract and you're going with Gil. So right now you're able to benefit from some of our good friend Kriskin's bonuses. But if you want to be able to travel without him, you'll need to be a member. And if you choose to be a member, well, there's a little test. And as I said, there's a contract to sign. And otherwise, everything's pretty good. You don't have to answer me right away. And anyway, with the contract you're being assigned to, you don't have time to go through the assessment. So, interested or not?
Well, like I just said, I've got nothing better to do, so I suppose I'll join.
Haha, I like that.
Seora's wings
How-
form an X shape and just says,
Sorry, I missed. What did you say?
Yeah, you could add a bit, Sai.
No, Seora's wings formed an X shape, and then the sound that emitted from her beak was just.
And he says, "Fair enough. What about you, big boy?" He looks at Eric, who is the tallest person in the room.
Not according to the size of this token.
Not according to the tokens, no.
Pay no mind to the crying dog. He's just an attention whore.
How strong is this legal assistance?
Oh well.
As we've said, as I've said, Adventurers Guild are all over Faerun, and they span the entirety of the Queendom, the Fel Empire, and Bastion, as well as the Majorcratic Empire, which is they call themselves that, but honestly, it's more of a city-state. We do have an adventure society in their city-state. No matter where you go, you have the support of the Adventurers Guild, and any political agent that gets on the wrong side of the guild, well, we discontinue any of their contracts, which means they have to deal with everything our adventurers deal with on their own. And that's not an easy thing to do. We've got an army of people moving around, killing monsters, keeping the peace, escorting people from point A to point B. And when you lose that ability, well, things tend to get hard pretty quick.
I've done well so far. I'll do well on myself.
Fair enough. Many people are not part of the guild. Being part of the guild is not the only way to survive in this world. But if you ask how powerful legal support we can offer, we have the best legal support in the world.
So
Period.
we could
That's
basically
all.
commit murder and get away with it.
As long as, hey, if someone brings a paper asking you to kill their aunt and you take the paper, assign it to your contract, and go murk that bitch, nothing wrong will ever happen. Even if she was a political asset that we shouldn't kill, we were given a contract, we fulfilled it, that's it, that's all. You won't get into any problem. And if they cause issues, we'll deal with them.
She has no pores, but Vanya sweats as she's listening to his entire exchange.
Now, chances are that the person who placed the request to ask us to deal with a political entity is going to get blacklisted and won't be able to place requests anymore because they cause us problem. But that's not for you to worry about. You'll be fine.
Hmm.
Anything
Fortunately, I'm a
done,
bard and not a merc.
he says, anything done under a contract that's officially offered by the guild can't splash back on you. Your job is to do the contract. We deal with the rest. If there are implications, we take care of it.
I think I'm gonna need to think on this.
Are you seriously considering
It's the
taking
kind
this
of thing.
murder?
It's the kind of thing you need to think on. If you said yes anyway, immediately, and well,
And if we
I
choose to
might,
leave the guild,
oh, if there's a way to leave the guild, well,
He just laughs.
Do not ask questions you're not ready to know the answer to.
Please tell me you said that exactly like Mrs. Puff.
No.
you can choose to leave the guild. But even if you do so, some of the provisions in the contract will still be in effect. So, like, for example,
Don't be a narc.
if you kill an adventurer outside of a contract, you're gonna get murked. If you leave the Adventurers Guild and then kill an adventurer, we're still gonna kill you.
so basically, if we end up joining and leaving, we have to say nothing about Fight Club.
Yeah, basically. Don't talk about Fight Club.
What
Aren't
is
you
The
already-
fuck is Fight Club? Why wasn't I invited? What the fuck?
Oh, Kriskin. Oh, Kriskin. Yeah, there's there. What do you mean you weren't invited to Fight Club? I saw you fight in the arena 2 months ago.
What?
You were in Fight Club?
I thought
Maybe
we
it was
supposed to
another
talk about
blondie.
Fight Club.
Maybe you weren't another. Maybe it was just another blonde one. Don't worry, Kriskin.
I'm sorry, sir. She looks to the guy. I'm sorry, are you talking about Fight Club right about now?
He puts his finger on his. He starts scratching at his rough black beard, and he says, "No, I don't think I am."
Very well.
And then
Anyways, to the what was the name of the town that we're going to be transporting to?
well, you'll be going to the basically other side. You're going to be going much more northern. You're going to be heading to Quartz. It's a small settlement. Doesn't really have anything special, but it does have a guild because it's close to the border with the Fel Empire. So you don't want well, let's just say there is need of adventurers there.
Yeah. Plenty.
Well, I don't have to do anything else today, so unless anyone has any last minute matters that they need to attend to, just kind of looks over to everyone else.
Hecate shrugs.
All right.
It would
He
be
says,
You have a
Hold
look
on,
at the
Kreskin.
bookstore.
Oh, sorry. Was someone talking? I didn't hear.
Yes, Mitty was.
Sayora mentioned wanting to look at the bookstore.
Yes. So, um, says the guy says, "Well, whatever the case is, you've been briefed. You can go do the quest whenever you want, as long as it's not next week. We want this done this week. Pretty simple, really. Or at least we want you to be gone by the end of the week. You don't need to. We don't know how long it's gonna take. That's about it. You know where the teleportation array is. You've used it more. You've used it more than once.
Gil nods.
All right. Sorry, what?
Gil nods.
Okay. And then he says, "All right. Well then, get to know Miss Vanya. Do your things. Shop for books, I guess. Then see you soon, Kriskin. Now get the fuck out of my office."
With pleasure.
Sayora gets the fuck out of the office.
Yeah.
She follows along and looks over at Hecate. It is good to see a fellow perform. They're taking this job as well.
Oh,
She does have a harp.
I see.
I'm wondering, Pokemon, is your insignia visible?
I would say yes, but like peeking out from like her sleeves, like I imagine it's like top of the
I'm gonna
like-
let you describe it. You should remember what it looks like.
Yep. Just below her like short sleeves, you can see the bottom like 2/3 of some sort of symbol. It looks to be like almost worn off, but still visible. Like something that's been there for decades, probably even longer. It looks to be a dragon's wing, but instead of like the webbing of like the dragon or bat wing, it is instead a harp, like harp strings going from one side to the other.
So it's a dragon wing with harp strings.
By the way, where the hell is Ingerlis and all this?
Oh, Angerlis?
Yeah.
Oh, he's back at the base. He doesn't. He's not gonna follow you around.
He's just chilling. Okay.
He's chilling.
I was like, speaking of wings.
Angerlis is now the housekeeper.
Oh no.
Angerlis is a snake. He doesn't have hands. He has mage hands.
Also, yay.
I'm gonna add a feature to Angerlis that says Angerlis can use 4 mage hands at once. So that's his feature. That's magical gift that he has. He can use many mage hands. I'm kidding, of course.
Or is he?
But yeah, so
So what's this about a bookstore you wanted to visit?
Well, I heard there was a particular bookstore in town, and I wanted to see what was there.
Alright. You know where it is?
Shrugs.
what?
Actually, no. Says, do you know where it is in the exact same way you said it?
No, you're the one. Why would I know that? You're the one who's talking about the bookstore.
The coordinates of the bookstore were on the blue post-it, and If you brought it with you, it's still there.
Sarah would still have it on her. So, like, just thinking about it for a moment, she looks at the post-it and then looks behind it where the coordinates are, and then just face palms for a moment.
Look, it's a note. And on the back,
And
there's
then
a
she
letter.
just partially says what Gil said. Know where it is?
All
And
right.
it just shows where the coordinates are.
Lead the way.
She just puts her hands and wings in the air, just starts walking out.
Oh,
Alright,
right, I forget
you
I'm the only
make-
bird that can fly.
You make your way to a dusty bookstore. That's what it's called. It's called a dusty bookstore.
Who runs it? Some guy named Dusty?
That is actually kind of great. That would be very funny.
Don't make jokes.
Oh my word, War Boss.
By the way, I've real quick sent the symbol in the Discord. Or
Sent it to the
roughly-
wrong Discord.
Yep, I realize now.
Oh,
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Roughly, I'm not the best at like using MS Paint, but
That's good. So you walk in, and behind the counter at the back, you see a large figure, maybe as big as Herrick, which is rare. And it seems to be just this gray sphere with patches on it.
Sayora steps in, looking around. Curious as to why the goddess herself thought this place of high regard.
All right, so first off, what you see is at the back, I said you saw this spherical creature with patches on it. And then you look to the sides, and this. You look outside and you look back inside. You look outside, you look back inside. This bookstore is in the intermediate district of the bronze the bronze district. So by that what I mean is it's the part that's limited to citizens only. And the inside of this shop looks bigger than it could than the space it could contain from the outside.
Oh great, we're in a freaking TARDIS.
And you see, like in the bottom, in the far right of the bookstore, there's a spiraling staircase that goes up, and on the far left, there's the counter with the strange spherical creature. That's like 8 feet tall, giant sphere with patches on it. And as I said, on the far right, there's a spherical staircase that moves up. The spherical spiral staircase, sorry, that goes up. But from the outside, there was no second store to. There's no second story. It's not a multiple stories building, so you don't know where the fuck that that those staircase go. It's not possible for a staircase to go in there. There's nothing upstairs from the outside.
What the
Goddamn,
hell?
My head hurts too much for this shit right now. Oh my god.
It's too late for me to be thinking like this.
All right. So, do you talk? Do you say anything? What do you do?
So I'm gonna say that Sayora is going to approach the thing and just say, "Hello."
So, slowly the patchy sphere with spiny ridges begins to shift, and you realize that it was not a strange circle crystal. You were just looking at what seems to be a huge snapping turtle, but from the back. You're looking at its shell, and then the humongous snapping turtle, I should say snapping turtle, turns around and he looks at you and he says, "Hi there."
Rufus, what the matter?
I heard of this place from someone of high regard. What is this? And she struggles to find the next word to say. And then she realizes library.
Well, you could call it a library or bookstore. It doesn't really matter which you call it. Every book here can be bought or borrowed, whichever you prefer. We also buy books, especially if you go to old places and find books of lore. We'd be really happy to buy them off of you for a good price. What's your name, little bird?
I'm finally not going to shout it since Gil actually just said it. Just Sayora.
Oh, good day, young Seora. My name's Dusty.
Don't
He
make
gives you a
jokes.
crinkled smile.
I don't know if I could taste with him or not, but I am certainly uncomfortable.
I'm just imagining
He
like
he
that
looks.
that old
So
man
as far
telling
as you're
Jafar
aware, this turtle looks really fucking old.
I'm just picturing
This-
Gerson from fucking Undertale. Is what I'm picturing.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I was just
Who
being
from
like,
Undertale?
Gerson. He's. I'll post a picture of him in a bit.
please do.
Yeah.
Continue. Continue.
Oh yeah, I see. Yes, that's not accurate because he's a snapping turtle and he's huge. He's not lanky, but he is very old.
As styling.
So Dusty says, "In here you can find books of all sizes and types, but if you want to borrow books rather than buy them, you need a library card." As he puffs up dust.
The fuck?
So, how would one get a library card?
A library card?
Library card? Yeah, this is not.
Library card!
Yes.
Muffin Man!
He says he puts he taps the counter slowly. That'll be 1 silver piece.
Just shrugs and gives over a silver piece.
He nods.
Bit so
And
awkward,
says-
even Rufus is crying.
What?
Bit so awkward, even Rufus is crying.
Why are you awkward? Why are you awkward, little girl? Is that a dog I hear? I haven't had a dog in a few years. They taste marvelous with
God
soy
damn it.
sauce.
Oh my
Oh
I was
my
gonna
God.
make a joke, but I held it back and you did it anyways.
A beagle passes by and Hecate's just slowly pulling it under his wing.
Remember, kids, Chihuahuas were originally bred to be a food source before they were pets.
Yep.
No wonder why they're little balls of fury.
I am starting to regret coming back to a Warballs game.
Why is that?
We just made the
Anyway.
joke about the dog. No, I'm kidding.
In any case, the
Oh, a big goal!
so he says, "Follow me," and then he begins to walk up the steps of the spiral staircase.
And Sayora just follows.
All right. As you follow, you go up the stairs, and as you do, you find yourself like at the center of basically what looks like a tower, and you see going up hundreds of meters are different levels of this tower-like library with the spiral staircase going all the way up to the tip top of the of this spire, and just kind of there's kind of like bridges that leave different sections of the spiral staircase at every level to walk up to that level of the library. It's basically just got a giant library, and as you look outside through one of the long, tall windows, you're seeing a different part of the city. So basically, I told you when you came to Jade that Jade has these giant spires of bronze that are just kind of sparsely placed throughout the city. Well, whatever magic is in this staircase, it leads you to one of these spires. So technically you've teleported, but not really, because you haven't been there was no the spell cast. It's just that this tower, it if you go down the stairs, it leads into a small bookshop for some reason.
It's best not to think about it.
My brain already hurts.
All right. Dusty says, well, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need to learn information about something, don't worry about it. Get over here and you'll be able to find the information you're looking for. It might take a while. It might take a while, but I don't know if there's anything that's not in here. Somewhere. He looks up and sighs. That's what he sounds when he sighs.
Well, I don't think I have time right now, but eventually.
Do you have anything you're curious about?
I may return with such a query, if that's all right.
Of course it's all right, as long as you have your library card.
Library card!
Library card.
Oh my gosh. She just nods and says, well, thank you. I will be going then.
He nods. Roll me like a perception check.
Ooh, I get to roll something today.
That's mostly roleplay. I'm sorry if there's not a lot of rolling involved.
No, it's just everyone else has rolled something today. I haven't.
Oh. Well, roll then.
Alright.
You had advantage on this, or?
Yes, I have advantage on it. You do not question
Yes.
that I have advantage on it.
I don't question you. I don't question it. I'm just making sure. All right. So you notice something very strange about this Dusty character. So as he moves, there seems to be like a fine dust, kind of an earthy color that falls from his joints and falls to the ground, but he doesn't leave a trail. And as you're just kind of following, you see that the dust that's trailing off of him just kind of disappears as it kind of follows. It shifts to like a weird purplish hue and then it's gone. So he's constantly, as he moves, leaving a trail of like dust, but about like 5 to 10 seconds after falling off his body, the dust poofs into the ether or some shit. It's fucking weird.
The fuck? What the fuck is this guy?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
I don't know why you don't like it. I don't know what's going on. Am I hitting at like a weird like something like
He's
you know,
weirdly
Eddie
dirty.
is
Not a Doctor
with
Who.
spiders or something?
No, he's weirdly dirty, and Hegate's like, basically.
Well, he's not dirty, he's dusty.
Still
Different.
dirty.
There's a difference.
He's He's Dusty, not Dirty Dan.
But again, to
My name
Hecate,
is
he's
not-
like, "Ugh."
My name isn't Dusty Dan. It's Dusty. Anyway, if that's all,
Your parents
have
knew
a
exactly what you were
wonderful
gonna be.
day, little Sayora. I'm making sure I say Sayora in his voice so that later, when
Oh my
someone
God.
asks for your name, you can go Sayora.
You give me these weapons.
Use them. I dare you to.
So, particles of what appears to be dust leave his hand as he creakily waves at you as you leave his shop. I guess, what do you do next? Do you begin to make your way to the Adventurers Guild?
Yes, I'd say so. With library card in hand, and definitely gonna come back here probably when we get back, because I don't have anything in mind immediately for what to search for, but boy, oh boy, this is gonna be an adventure in itself.
I don't know what I
Well-
want, but once I do, I'm coming back here so hard.
All right. Well, as you make your way to the Adventurers Guild, you move down the steps and walk to. Instead of going up the stairs like you did when you went to the office of the guy who didn't give you his name, so they don't have to. You go downstairs to a large circular room, and an attendant a small halfling with just kind of a bent back just kind of walks up to you and says, "Hi there, where are you going?"
Jesus Christ, does this dude like smoke 10 packs a day?
He takes a cigar, lights it, puts it in his mouth, then says, "What's
He's
wrong with my
splendid.
voice?" Takes a second cigar, lights it, puts it in his mouth. He's got 2 cigars now.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Cigars
Yeah,
are now canon in this universe.
He's got to go for that maximum lung cancer.
So where are you going?
I can't see a halfling sounding like this unless that's the reason.
Open her beak.
She said, "Okay, so let's be clear. He's a crooked halfling, back bent, and he's not fat. He's thin. It's really weird."
He is a short, thin guy, just arched forward.
He's shrimping.
So
He's shrimping.
Sayora is going to improvise this, and she's going to open up her beak, and in the voice of that dragon guy, she's going to say, "I've got a job for you, Criskin." And
So, just to be clear, he's not a dragon. He's just a really big dude.
okay, the really big dude, whatever. But then also include your group and
You open your mouth and it says, We're gonna teleport you to Quartz. and then you'll just have to make your way there.
Yeah, that. Makes it easier on me.
Opens her mouth and just repeats
So
everything.
instead of doing a cutscene between Seora and someone else, we just do the scene live right now, but it's just Seora opening their beak.
That was
And
the entire
the
that's
scene
all that
happens.
happened.
It's like the fucking scene from like Lilo and Stitch, where just Stitch has his like mouth open playing
Yup.
music.
Yes! Yes!
That
That's
is
such a good scene.
That is Kenku's, just in general.
All right, so he goes. I need to get into character every time I need to talk about with this guy. All right then. Quartz it is. And he walks to like a console like thing, and he presses his hands down, and you see magical diagrams appear, and he begins to like twist them around, and he says, all right, one-way ticket to Quartz. Anything else, or you want to go?
I assume we finished everything up.
Actually,
All right.
make
He
a
slams his hand on the console, and it just you feel dragged through the ether, and then you just appear in another room that's exactly the same. It's as if you've never went, except you have nausea and you all want to barf. And then on the other side, you see a guy. He's a halfling as well, and he looks up to you and says, "Oh, hello there. Coming from Jade, I see. Oh, well, that's pretty fine.
Oh bother.
Oh, bother.
I hate this guy already.
Oh, just teleporting in from Jade, huh?
Thank you. Now I feel
Just the
so much
fucking
better.
Disney ride operators. Just oh no.
Please remember to keep open in the teleportation circle.
I think Tony's dying.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
So,
Average Disney
as you-
experience.
As you make your way to the Adventurers Guild,
Vanya, by
Of-
the way, is the only one that didn't get sick from that teleportation.
Yep, Vanya
Mhm.
doesn't get sick at all. But
She
yeah,
literally
as you
cannot.
make your way, as you arrive to the Adventurers Guild of Quartz, you finally begin the actual quest that we're setting up with Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going to end the session today. A bit shorter than we usually go, but
It's longer than the previous session, so we'll take it.
Uh,
About
a
right.
lot of role play. We're gonna get more action
Mm-hmm.
in the following weeks, but we're starting an arc, so it's always a bit slow.
Yep.
also, I know I haven't really talked much.
Now
as-
just let me drink like a liter of water from these fucking dusty
You
and
did that
cranky
to
jokes.
yourself.
You
This
did
can blame
that.
no one but yourself for that, war boss.
Also, I just want to say, I know I didn't actually interact with y'all as much as I thought I would today, but I'm glad to have Vanya back.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, the point was that, like, I was told multiple times that if I hadn't figured out what was in the fucking secret basement by the time we got to session, I was gonna get murked. So I figured out what was going on in the basement before anything
Bedroom.
else.
Yeah.
My life was on the line,
But yeah.
and by my life I mean this game, and by this game I mean I
Well,
was
your
afraid
voice.
Min would break my legs. And by break my legs, I mean leave the game, at which point I would die.
Oh no, he wouldn't
can't
leave
run
the
this
game.
game.
He would just derail the shit out of it and make your life a living hell.
Sounds like
It's
it.
possible. It's a possibility as well.
Yeah. Hey.
This is
Min.
saying he's not already going to do that.
Oh, I mean,
It's just the fact that he might not intentionally do it anymore.
Hey,
What do you
Min
think
and
I
Moody.
am? Earth?
Yeah. Basically, the idea for the basement is, we often talk about D&D not having options to use your gold, and gold just becomes kind of a
Mhm.
thing that you begin to hoard. Well, literally, hoarding your gold instead of using it is going to give you perks, and you're going to unlock different facilities in the basement. If you choose to
Yeah, no.
like store your gold in the basement instead of using it, it's going to unlock certain features. And if you need to take that gold and buy something, you might lose these features if the amount of money inside of your hoard pit goes too low.
This is
So
this is
yeah.
this is a potentially fun, slight little workaround for hoard items and stuff.
Yep.
Exactly. That's
like
the
it.
point that I want to make it so that you can upgrade your hoard items, and instead of having to go fight a dragon, we can just you have one. It's
Yep.
it's your hoard, and
It's just like I
origi-
assume we need to hit certain like gold thresholds in the actual hoard to unlock certain.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
that's basically how it's gonna
Yep.
work.
Yep. Makes sense.
So-
that tracks.
So it's gonna be fun. We're making a dragon game, so you might as well introduce more dragon features and more
Mhm.
dragon lore. So
Is it
Oh,
very
it'd be
interesting.
Dragon
fun to
game.
like actually, because the first version of a lot of those hoard items are uncommon, right?
Yep.
So that could be a fun
So
thing to grab.
if you want
Yeah.
want to like from the society, if you want to get like hoard items, you can 100% do that. They're going to be uncommon, and you're going to be able to then level them up as time goes on. So for your first choice as a magic item, you're limited to uncommon, but you might be able to get something that's going to help you out in the long run.
Yeah.
And
So instead of making it so that you can use all of your gold to like I did in Thalia, I gave you like options to modify your items and give them additional perks and stuff and add magic to your shit. Well, those are all options that still exist, but I'm giving you a third way to use your gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's gonna be fun. And basically how I'm gonna work with this, for if you're interested, if you want something special in your base, you tell me what it is, you explain to me what you want, and I'm gonna give you a gold threshold for it happening. That's easy. It's as easy as it is. I also have some things that I'm going to come up with myself, and I've already limited myself by saying that, like, you've got like basically, if I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a thing real quick.
By the way, to those
There we go.
people that weren't in late Gene's Icewind game, Vanya was a character I played in that for a few sessions. She died. And by that I mean she had Dispel Magic cast on her.
Oh.
The
Oh,
fucking
no.
end.
She is
Rip.
she's
Okay, I'll just say it. She's a doll.
yeah,
Yeah.
she is a literal porcelain doll given life.
No, I was saying she's a doll like she's a doll. Like not like she's a doll.
She's
But-
literally a doll, yeah.
Yes.
But,
No, but I'm not saying she's a doll. She's a doll.
Yes.
She of note, she is statistically, like race-wise, reborn.
Ah, fun.
Really glad to see her around again.
I hope so. I need to give I more freaking what's the word? Trauma. That's no. Actually, no, I need to give
I saw it
White
here.
more trauma.
Look, I think White's got enough trauma.
Listen.
I've done
has-
some horrible things to that poor boy. Leave him alone.
That- White. Okay, no joke. White saw two friends die in that one mine shaft.
And he had the cannibal background, right?
Yes, he did.
Is
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
shame? Is this the shame?
I'm not gonna lie, White is probably the most depressed of all my characters.
Those who don't know Rhyme of the Frostmaiden are very confused right now.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
It's
yeah.
fine.
I don't.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know a single thing.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
All I
Play
know
Rhyme of
is
the
that-
Frostmaiden. It's unironically one of my favorite actual adventure modules that
Yeah,
Wizards
you-
of the Coast has ever released.
All I know is that I have Doggo.
So this is a horrible drawing, but it does get across what I want to say. It's if we're looking at the basement, there's the
Yeah.
horde room that's over there, opposite to the staircase, and then you guys have unlocked
Yeah, that's more or less what I was picturing.
these 4 rooms.
More rooms than I was picturing, but basically, yeah.
So I'm limiting myself to 8 additional facilities in your basement.
Mhm.
You're not going to get more than 8. But at later levels, you can, like, this is a magic place, so you can close a door and open it to a new place. Because in the same way that like you could go up the staircase in the bookshop and get into a place, like these rooms are too big for how close the doors are. Like if we look at like Herrick's room and we do a freehand, Herrick's room goes like this, and then Hecate's room goes like this. So they overlap. Doesn't make sense, spatially speaking. It's because each room sends you somewhere else,
Mhm.
kind of. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
portal
so there's
type
magic
thing.
doors.
There's magic doors.
Yeah.
I mean, of course the doors aren't magic. They aren't stone portals to go somewhere. What the fuck are you talking about? No. It's-
By the way, to bring up a little thing that will still come up in RP.
Mhm.
Warboss chose the very correct thing to introduce Tony's Bard to. Vanya is College of Creation.
Mhm.
Yep.
Uses the song of creation.
Yep.
Oh, what the
Basically,
fuck?
for those who did not figure that out, and the person who was talking in the recording, well, I'm gonna ask, Min, did you figure out who's talking in the recording?
Um, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Is it Kira?
No, that would be fun though. It's well, did the voice sound like Kira?
I don't know. That
That
was
was
me.
like a
No,
guy,
it wasn't.
wasn't it?
Oh.
It wasn't bubbly enough to be Kira. It was definitely female. I think it was definitely meant to be, or was it? I don't know.
I don't recall it
I
being
don't know.
female.
Okay. Well, at least it went through that it was female. So
Oh.
the what?
Yeah.
Continue.
Was it not female enough? Did I fuck up? Am I a horrible voice
I
actor?
mean, I got female vibes.
Yeah, I did too.
I got Captain vibes.
Captain is a female, so that tracks.
Well, the person who's been tasked to I'm just gonna read the thing. You're you're a lucky mortal indeed, little bard. You've found yourself in the vicinity of one of my friend's proteges, and thus you will be offered a gift very few have benefited from. Usually my teachings do not come cheap. Listen well and be grateful. So that is Kareska.
I wasn't 100% sure. It's like it gave me some vibes to it. It's like I'm not 100% sure, but it could be.
Well, at least you got the vibes. So Tamara asked the magic person on the council to help the bard, and she was like, "Do I have to? This is stupid. It's just a little bard." But it's okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, I know I owe you. Well, it's fine. I'll do it. Stop.
And
You're exhausting. Yeah,
Stop
I'll do
guilt
it. Yeah,
tripping
I
me.
know. Love you too.
also, yeah, I know I'm a bard. I wanted to make sure I didn't step on toes when I was making Vanya.
Mhm.
I even asked Warboss what subclass is Tony, because if she was College of Creation, I would have chose something different for Vanya this time.
You also asked me what spells she had, so you wouldn't double up on spells.
Yep, I didn't want to step on toes aside from the fact of Bard, because
Right, and as for you,
Vanya.
Tony, I do want to give you what this boon that I've given you gives you. So, with Kareska's teachings on crystals, at any point whatsoever, when you are at base, you can change your spells.
Oh. Okay.
You don't have to do the whole thing where you change a spell if you level up, you can change. No. Having Kareska basically give you capsule videos on how to be a bard. You have the different explanation for all the bardic spells. At any point during the game, when we're between adventures and you have downtime, you can change your entire spell list if you want. I don't care.
You have the
You-
TM shop from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
You have the TM shop for Scarlet and Violet. So basically, you have the ability to, like, if you're playing and you notice there's a spell you're not really using, you can just switch it out, no problem. So, it's kind of your first. not your first time playing D&D, but it's your first time playing a full caster. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to just kind of more easily deal with it and not be fucked if you choose a spell you don't like. So I made a mechanical way for you to respec your character, basically. You can respec all your spells at any point in time, as long as it's not in mid-adventure. It's like you can't change your spell tomorrow, but next time you go to base, you can change your spells.
Hell
You
yeah.
can also the way Bard learns spells is they learn spells as they level. But you could like give up on a first level. Once you get 4th level spell, if you want 2 4th level spells and you have a 2nd level spell you don't really use, you can scrap one of your 2nd level spells and learn a 4th level spell that you want to know, or a 5th level spell when you have access to those. So basically you're going to be able, the only limit you're going to have is strictly how many spells you can cast, and that's based on your list of spells. But you can basically choose any spell from the Bard list at any time, the only limitation being how many spells you know. So if you want to know one 1st level spell, and if you get the 5th level spells and you want to know 5 5th level spells and only know 1 2nd level spell, you can if you want. I don't care. Well, I do care. Which is why I'm giving you the option. You probably don't know what to do with that yet because you're new, but I'm just giving you an option to not end up with a spell you don't need and don't want to use and have to wait until you level up to change it and stuff. That's stupid. And if you're like, if we're in an adventure and we encounter a situation where you're like, oh fuck, I wish I had that spell, and you want it for the next adventure, there we go. You can do it.
All right. Well, I think that's probably a good place to wrap things up. So.
Well, I mean, the Bard doesn't have as many spells as the Wizard on their list, but it's still going to be pretty fucking great.
Thank you all very much for stopping by.
No.
Thank you.
Take care of yourselves. And we'll catch you next session.
Bye-bye.